key question I need the answer to when I first start working with a client is, what do you want your attendees to do as a result of attending your event? Now, it tells me so much if this kind of question is met with a blank face or oh, that's a good question. Gives me exactly the same feeling that I might get when I'm, say, sent a copy of the draft agenda, say via Google Docs or something, and it's actually got last year's date on it, which means it's pretty much going to be a rinse and repeat of last year. And both are signs that the objective behind the event is not really clear to everybody involved in it. Now, you might think, surely there are KPIs and goals and objectives in business events, just like everything else. And yes, of course, somebody somewhere is going to have a very clear objective. But actually, I find that the specific objective for one event has not always been made clear to those involved. So whilst everybody working on it, the organisers, the suppliers, or whatever, are going to have ephemeral objectives like engagement, fun, education, or whatever, it's often just a little bit woolly, and that is going to make success harder to measure and indeed to achieve. And I would suggest it also potentially sets the team, or at least certain members of it, up to fail, because in the absence of a clear objectives, interpretations of success will vary. So if the supplier delivers to high standards, they could be seen to fail because they didn't achieve the event objectives. But of course, if someone has determined exactly what they want the attendee to do as a result of coming to the event, you all have a clear objective. You can then make sure that everyone involved in the event, from the planning team to the suppliers to the speakers to the panelists, they know it and they understand exactly how their role fits in and, of course, how it will be measured. And if this is then fed into your event design, every investment decision that's made and the content and how it's delivered, then the event is going to be effective. So I think it's like, will this thing I'm going to do, will it change attitudes? Will it encourage habit change or whatever it is that we want from our attendee? So if we need engagement to get them to do what we want, which short answer, you always will, shall we do what we've always done? Shall we do same as last year? Or shall we change things to move the needle faster to get our attendee to do what we want? So ask yourself, will shoving in loads of content, grabbing for the shiny things like apps and LED walls and celebrity speakers get our attendees to do what we want? Or do we need to be a little bit more intentional? Do we need to maybe reduce the sessions, increase the breaks, hire an amazing MC, design an agenda of collaborative workshops and facilitated networking to get our attendees to do what you want? You can tell what I think. Now, 9 times out of 10, the way you've always done it won't give you the objective you want. And spoiler alert, the fastest, most effective way to get people to do what you want is to give them what they want. Build an event that makes them feel heard, valued, and inspired.